Don't just tap out. Listen to Truth on Tap. DJ Bad Guy says so.
To Truth on Tap with hosts Kevin.
How can I say that my show is Truth on Tap if I don't come in here and set you free? Ooh, are we going to talk about some shit tonight? Get your friends in here. Get them in.
Opening up the Truth pipeline.
So what's this show going to be? Well, I'm going to set you free. That's what the truth does.
For these bitches.
Truth on Tap.
WesJohnson.com. Check them out. This is crazy. Do you know I love pickles and peanut butter? I cannot get enough of that. Pickles and peanut butter is like an orgasm during an orgasm, if that's even possible. I couldn't imagine the biological possibility of it, yet the fantastical fantasy possibility is quite real.
On Tap.
I am going to uncover the deepest, darkest parts of the human psyche right in front of you.
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead.
I mean, I could have fun with this guy, though. He's got a picture of his penis up there, and he guesses he's a black dude looking for a twink.
All the truth you can handle, running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth?
Feel the blunt force trauma of that during the show, yeah.
Don't tap out. Get the truth. Truth on Tap. Tap, tap, tap.
Powerpuff Tune Dinio, a Foolish Game Chill Step remix. What does that even mean? It's a song. Oh, there it goes. But she makes sense, which is why I like the song. More of a poetry reading, in my view. What is going on? It's 9/28/2014, 2:30 in the afternoon. Had a show at 2 p.m. that failed miserably. I'm on a loaner laptop. I apologize to those of you that bothered with that first show. Had to cancel it because my voice was coming back into my ear on a 1-second delay. And if you've ever watched a YouTube video about that, you'll see that it can drive you quite mad. Now I've got to check my own show and make sure my voice is coming through because I've seen it. Yeah, there it goes. So we won't be able to take calls, unfortunately. However, I do have some good news. We did get our first donation in from Barco. Thank you, Barco. I have not made a commercial, but he wishes for me to promote the Bastard FC program, which is RD, him, and I think 2 other people. I don't know who all's in that group. So, yes, we are using a FlexPay system to get a new laptop, which will probably be in next week. So the show is going up to the next level, definitely. Looking forward to it. Then I'm going to start making some people pay for some commercials on this show so we can make some cash money, which will allow me to focus on the program. You, et toi, eh? Okay. So I got some stuff up here today, and we'll turn the music off in a minute when I'm in the mood to, which is actually going to be 10 seconds because this song's over in 10 seconds. Hold on to your hats while it ends with a bit of a breathy air.
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle, running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap.
Yes. Wes Johnson. WesJohnson.com is his address. He is my favorite voiceover actor of all time. He's also the Capitals Arena announcer. Dude is pure electricity in a human being. And you can't help but feel it when you hear him. So check him out, please. I like that guy. Yeah, some of you guys know that. Shut up about Wes Johnson. No, I can't do that. He's my man. If I could give a high five to anybody alive today, it'd be Wes Johnson. Yeah. But he's a little shorter than me, which would work out perfectly because my knees and back are all fucked up from going to the VA last week. Got cortisone injections. You've heard of those, haven't you? Yeah, so I got titties on my knee. and no bra for them. And people are pointing and laughing. He's got the knee titties. Yes. But, you know, she was a good doctor. She was actually a nurse practitioner, which I have found in my experience for some reason they seem to still care. Something happens when you get to the 8-year mark, to the surgeon level. Something happens in the brain. I don't know what it is. It's a partial death of empathy, a partial rise in self-importance, and something changes there. So I would take a nurse practitioner any day on average over a surgeon or doctor. Now, when it comes to the surgery, we have to talk different shit. Maybe there's a reason surgeons are a bit, what would you call it? I don't want to say that they're going through some sort of permanent malaise, but I think it would be fair to say that they seem a bit embittered over something. Maybe it's because once you've seen inside the human body and you routinely work inside it, you look at people differently. It's more like looking at a computer, and maybe that does cause empathy to drop. I think it makes sense. I don't know if anybody's done this study yet. Maybe one of you can point me to it if it has been done. But I would like to see the difference in the empathy levels of a beginning med student all the way through to when he becomes or she becomes a surgeon or full-fledged doctor, and watch how that works on a graph if possible. Anyway, so yeah, went there, was supposed to be going from my back. This is how fucked up the VA is. I go to the nurse practitioner, she says, I'm only here for your knees. We don't even do backs, that's done in neurosurgery. So my primary doctor at the VA said, I'm sending you to an orthopedic surgeon for your back and knees. I get there, I get a nurse practitioner, which I'm kind of thankful for, so she was wrong about that, who's only looking at my knee, so she was wrong about that. So what was in the records that the nurse practitioner pulled? Said, your doctor said first you have to go to physical therapy. Are you fucking kidding me? My spine looks like a question mark, and it acts like a question mark. It does the same thing that a question mark does. It makes you uncertain. And this lady wants me to do some stretching. Okay, I've got a little problem with that. I transferred from the Hampton VA to the Richmond VA, thinking that quality of care would rise. That's what everybody told me. So far, I have not experienced that with my primary care doctor. So I'm beginning to think that the breakages in the VA are not just branch familiarity, branch recognition, because if you go to the DC VA, for example, they have their shit together. Why? Because Congress is always dropping by. That shouldn't matter, should it? Shouldn't veterans get universal care across the board? You know what my belief is. Kill the VA, turn it into Medicaid Part V, call it a fucking day. Let us go to the same doctors everybody else does. Give us a little bit extra help since we defended your country. Is that asking too much? Is it? Therefore, my newest steps have to be to go to a physical therapist who's going to say, let's stretch your back. And I'm going to say, fuck your stretches. I need surgery. And they're going to say, well, let's not be hostile. And I'm going to say, you don't know what I've been through. You don't understand. You're used to seeing people that need a little bit of help. I need a new spine. Secondly, they're going to send me to pain management. I'm going to go in there and say, I've been in pain management. I've been in rehabilitative medicine, which is to say you must settle with your disability and learn how to live with it. That's what rehabilitation means, learning to live again. No, I cannot settle with this because I can't do anything, including sleep. So I'm going to tell them the same thing. And they're going to get me eventually over to a neurosurgeon who's going to give me the fucking MRI and see that my spine looks like mashed potatoes and go in there and do something. Okay? It's been 12 years since my first back surgery. And things have gotten progressively worse since that first surgery. Fuck. All right, I'm done talking about that. We're going to talk about people sounding smart. I need to move on. I don't want to do a long show today because I may want to take a ride or spend some time with my lady. And maybe an hour. I can't take any calls because, again, I'm on a loaner. So we're going to have to wait till I get my other laptop in. And we'll talk a little bit about... Now, I'm all for it. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of intelligence, okay? I'm a huge fan of education for education's sake. You don't even have to have a goal. Just fucking go to school. If you tell me I'm going to college, I don't know what to major in, I'll say, fine. Don't pick a major yet. Wait till your junior year. I don't care. Just fucking go to college. Learn stuff. If you say, I hate college, I'm never going to college, That's cool with me too, as long as you're checking out books routinely from the library, nonfiction and fiction, and you're learning something. If you're not just partying and fucking looking at cats videos on Facebook all the time, especially younger people, then that's okay. But if you're just saying, I don't want to do the work involved in academia to get smarter, then I have no respect for you intellectually. You're not trying. You're not trying to increase your knowledge, which is ultimately what makes you a more productive human being in every way. You can help people. You can solve problems. You can give people good advice. You can avoid becoming a problem yourself because you've learned. You've bothered to learn what to watch out for and what to do. That's impressive to me. I like intelligent people. I have a lot of respect for them. But today we're going to talk about a different kind of person. We're going to talk about intelligent people, yes. But we're also going to talk about people who use big words. Now, you get typically two, in my opinion, kinds of people using big words. One is the intelligent person that needs to constantly remind you that he's intelligent. You know that type, right? The other one is the person who's not so intelligent but knows how to fool you. And it does fool people. It works. Using big words. Only have to learn about 10 or 20 of them. Pepper them through your sentences here and there. People are going to think you're smarter than you are. I do not advise this, my friends, because people like me will yank that blanket away from you faster than you can say, what the fuck, I'm exposed, okay? I know how to dig around and poke around to see if you're really intelligent. Don't use big words with me. The smartest people I know are able to use the more well-understood words. And the reason they do that is not because they want to step themselves down to your intelligence level. That would be very condescending if that was their motivation. And maybe some of them have that motivation. If you discover that, call them a condescending prick and kick them in the balls. However, I think most of them are trying to make their message more universally acceptable. That means, hey, not everybody knows what, say, I don't know, collaboration means. So I'm going to call it working together with someone, okay? Because I want that to be more, I don't want anybody having to look shit up, because people don't want to look shit up on a radio show. They want to know right now what you're talking about. This guy that I'm going to talk about today wrote an article, okay, and this article is quoted. Now, he went to either Harvard or Yale. I think he went to Yale. So he was definitely in an Ivy League school. He has a great education, 4 years. But he became a college professor, and he's using these big words. And the whole article, I'll tell you, his name's Clay Shirky. He's done some TED Talks, too. I have mixed feelings about this guy, but we're going to talk about him a little bit because I have an issue with people using big words all the time. And I definitely have an issue when they're showing off their education, because when you do that, what you're saying is, it's bragging. Bragging is ugly in and of itself, I think. But what you're saying is, hey, you peons down there, come look what I have achieved with my brain. Does that sound attractive to you? Are you impressed with people like that, or do you want to kick them in the fucking face? I'm going to go ahead and bet on the latter. And I don't blame you. I mean, what do we want in people? What do we want in our friends? What do you want in me as a host? You want a human? You want somebody who doesn't blow smoke up your ass? You want somebody who tells the truth? You want somebody who understands the human condition? Somebody who is open politically, doesn't anchor in so hard to his political beliefs that he won't hear yours? And that goes for religion or any other cultural issue. You want somebody who is versatile in communication, but who is not too flimsy. For example, the way they portrayed John Kerry in 2004 on the sailboard, the flip-flopper. I'm not a flip-flopper. I just leave a question mark beside everything. I go with a working truth. Most of you guys who listen to the show routinely know this already. So I think that's what you want in a host. That's what I want in my radio host. I don't want anybody extreme. I don't want a Rush Limbaugh. I don't want a Bill O'Reilly. I don't want a Sean Hannity. I think he's a fucking dick. I like people who understand the human condition. I like people who have empathy for their fellow humans. I like people who realize that there really are poor people that need our help. There really are sick people in America that need our help. We need to take care of the very young and the very old if no one else is there to take care of them. We can do this. We're the richest country in the world. We can do this. We think we can't. Why? Because we're spending too much money on dumb shit. 20% of our budget goes to the military. We could get away with 10%. That's the military-industrial complex gobbling up your goddamn tax dollars. And half of that's for black projects, which means you don't get any oversight. It could be going to anything. I mean, we could fucking be researching crickets in space, people. because there's no oversight. It takes demand. Look, I know the military's got to keep some secrets, but not 10% of our goddamn GDP. No.